Wondering if an EV makes sense long distance? Same. Driving down to Sakleshwar, a distance of about 259 kilometers, says 4 hours and 13 minutes. With a charge of 97%, shows a range of 415 kilometers. After driving for about 37 kilometers, shows a range of 386 kilometers with a battery percentage of 89. Meaning, for a drop in 8% of battery, I've driven 37 kilometers with an initial range of 415 kilometers. I've only consumed 29 kilometers of range. Range is quite subjective anyway. All depends on how you drive. I've been driving economically at around 80 to 100 kilometers with no AC. Bangalore weather lets me do that. The key to get best economy is gradual acceleration. Finally onto some open roads with no traffic, something me being from Bangalore is just not used to. How is it even possible to drive for so long with applying no brakes or honking? At 45% battery, after driving 176 kilometers, shows a range of 148. If I add the two, I get 324 versus an initial reading of 415 at the start of the trip. A difference of 91 kilometers, all because I used the AC. Shows 1 hour 15 minutes for 55% to full. What do you do until it charges? Eat this massive paper masala dosa, hand for scale. With a charge now of 84, that's 44% in 24 minutes, cost me about $600. Didn't see the point in waiting for it to be 100% as there was about 40 to 50 kilometers of drive left. I'm still kinda uncomfortable with this no traffic thingy. Feels unnatural. Even though open highways are supposed to be calming and give you a sense of freedom, it's gonna take some getting used to. Moving on to the best bits of the drive, curves. In the Tata Curve EV, I find driving on roads like this to be almost therapeutic, which in my case was short-lived. From gliding on butter-like smooth tarmac to driving on something far from it. It's definitely, as they say, all about the journey and not just the destination. On the brighter side, gotta take this coupe-designed SUV off-roads. I've taken the test drive vehicle on the surface of the moon before, which happens to be a 2 to 3 kilometer stretch behind my house before I got this car. Man, what do I tell you? Those test drive cars take a lot of beating. I should probably make a separate video showing you how bad that road is. I think I just might. Anyway, having not deviated from the topic at all, point is this car can definitely hold its own off-roads. Stayed in a cozy little homestay for the night, meeting a few friends. Not one other building or vehicles honking. You know how this feels if you live in the city, right? This is an absolute breath of fresh air. Quite literally. The EV feels at home for sure. Fast forward to the next day, skipping a night of getting lots of sleep and no hangover at all. A 40-minute breakfast stop gave me an additional 34% charge. Now with 67%, I figured it was enough for me to get back home. The trick here is the faster you go, the faster the charge drops. Even if it shows you more than enough range, the battery percentage, if it falls below 10, it turns to slow mode. As the name suggests, you cannot drive for more than 50 kmph. You're going to be slow. Conclusion, there's still a long way to completely depend on EVs. We get to save a ton on fuel cost. A friend in a Tata Tiago, petrol, spent 4K while I spent 2. You lose a lot of time charging though.